This is a very sad and difficult times for the Harrow community, but we're so proud of everyone who's coping with online learning. Thank you to all the teachers for your incredible efforts and for all the lessons you prepared for us today. And thank you to all you students for your flexibility, punctuality, and general awesomeness. Obviously. And thank you to all you parents for being our lifelong teachers today and in the future.
We will get back to a sense of normality soon, but in the meantime, here's a little montage your friends from Line View Productions have put together of Harrow Bangkok from 2019 to 2020.
Welcome to Harrow International School Bangkok Speech Day 2020. Parents, school staff, alumni, friends, and especially students, welcome to you all. Speech days are always memorable occasions, a celebration of the end of the school year and of the successes of our students. No speech day, however, will have been quite like this one. It may lack the excitement and the strong sense of community which is achieved by the whole school meeting together on the last day of the school year, when everyone is looking ahead to the holidays with keen anticipation. But we hope that in a different way, this speech day will be just as memorable, shared by more people than even the capacity of the sports hall will allow, and with participation not only from Bangkok, but from across the world. Even if in one way, the sense of community achieved by us all being together in one place is lost, it's replaced by another way, by an online community, which is just as significant. Of course, everyone misses the sense of togetherness from being on the campus. But what has really impressed me over the past few months is how the very many online contacts between teachers and students, between school staff and parents, and I'm sure between students themselves, has led to a strong sense of appreciation and care for one another. By being physically separated, by losing the informal day-to-day contact, by not being in the same immediate location, we've learned how important we are to one another, and hopefully learned to care and empathise with others in more thoughtful ways than maybe we have done in the past. It is at a time of crisis, a time when the unexpected happens, that the strength of the community is tested. It is a time when things can fall apart, when selfishness and self-interest become apparent. And at times, in some parts of the world over the past few months, one has seen this happen. But a crisis can also be a time when the value and strength of a community can be seen, in its care for one another, in giving mutual support, and in everyone showing their responsibility as individuals for the community as a whole. And it seems to me that those countries with the strongest sense of community, many of them in Asia, including Thailand, are those that are managing this global coronavirus crisis most effectively. So let us not see these past few months solely negatively, but as a reminder of the importance of our community, and in particular the Harrow Bangkok community and our responsibility towards it. For those of you coming to the end of your school careers today, it is undeniable that this is not the way that you would have expected or liked your time at the school to have ended. At the same time, it will be an experience that you will never forget. We've all learned a lesson over the last few months of how things that we all take for granted have so easily disappeared. I'm sure, however, that you will find alternative ways of celebrating your graduation. But as well as this, use the experience of the past few months in times to come to reflect upon and redefine the better world to which you will be leading us. For all of us, staff and students, the coming holiday period may not be how we imagined or expected it at the start of the year, but nonetheless, it should be a time to relax and enjoy. My best wishes to you all for a happy and meaningful time.
We begin with the house prizes. First, Byron House. In B6, Poom.
ภูริศจงจิระวงศา
In B7, Finley Proctor. In B8, Yu.
ยานิสาสุขประสบโภคา
For Churchill House in C6, Tracy. In C7, Amy. For C8, Lynn.
อลินประสิทธิ์เพียรชัย
Moving on to Keller House, in K6 we have Lola. For K7, Nini.
พิชภาแซ่โจ
For K8, Item.
ทยากรโภชนาสมบูรณ์
Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. For Niru House in N6, Pum.
ปันธนัทบุญประสบธนโชต
For N7, Zebi. For N8, Ken.
ไวยทวัฒน์โกวิทคณิต
Moving to Sonakan House in SO6, Alice.
อลิสหิรันวิวัฒน์กุล
In SO7, Only.
สรันวนัทภูมิชัยเวช
Our SO8 prize winner is Clara.
พัชรพงศ์ศิลปะปรีชา
Our house awards are concluded with Suryatai House. With S6, the winner is Mira.
มิราแต้ปีติกุล
The S7 winner, Tong Tong.
สิทธิโรจน์บุญช่วยเสริม
Our S8 winner, Marja.
พิมนาราสิริสัน
Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners.
Welcome to our online digital speech day for 2020 here at Harrow Bangkok. You know, last year's speech day was the highlight of my first year as headmaster of this great school, closely followed, of course, by the wonderful house shout in the afternoon. This year's is going to be slightly different. It's a socially distanced celebration of our students' excellence, but we're going to make it a good one nonetheless. There are two quotations from two novels that I've chosen to give structure to my speech. The first is taken from Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities. It's the famous opening lines. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And the second is from Frank Herbert's famous science fiction novel Dune. Fear is the mind killer. Well, the year certainly began well. The first 6 months saw excellent academic progress in classrooms across the school, from early years to pre-prep to prep to SR5, and of course in the sixth form too. And outside of the classroom, excellent progress made in our leadership and service curriculum. Our new staff settled well here into their life in Thailand. We began introducing our high performance learning, a philosophy fit for the 21st century, for preparing Harrovians here in school and also for life beyond our gates when they leave us. We had superb house camps in the upper school. We had a plethora of sporting and musical opportunities and achievements. And there was perhaps the highlight of that first term, the magnificent Harrow Fair, with all those super performances by our students throughout the day. And I'd like to say a thank you particularly to the Friends of Harrow, whose hard work and dedication led to a great day for all. It was so good to see the campus full and busy, and to see so much joy and enjoyment on the day. It's a good day too. It raises money for many good causes. Some of the monies raised go to support our local community with charitable donations. So those first 6 months of the year were certainly the best of times. But in January, news of a new virus emerged and things changed pretty rapidly. The second half of the year was rather different from what we'd hoped for and indeed been planning for and expecting. By early February, we cancelled overseas expeditions and we've withdrawn from Foberseer and CSAC sports events. And by March, the school was closed and we had moved into online learning with social distancing the new norm. The second quotation, taken from Frank Herbert's book, is "Fear is the mind killer." And I do believe that we've done a pretty good job as a school in terms of crisis management planning. I don't think we got everything right, but I do think by working very closely with our parents and listening to our parents, we made good decisions and we've looked after the health and safety of everybody here on the campus. So whilst the second half of the year has been different and the times have been different to what we hoped for, here in Thailand, they certainly haven't been the worst of times. So it's the 8th of June as we're filming this Headmaster's speech. We're into our third month now of online learning, and we're not certain as to whether we'll be able to return to school before the end of this academic year or whether that will be at the start of the next academic year. It's had a big impact on all of our students, but perhaps especially so for those in the examination years 11, 12 and 13. Nevertheless, we're confident of a great set of results this summer. A boarding education provides a home from home, and we look forward to welcoming our boarders back shortly to campus too. To our Year 13s who are shortly about to graduate, I wish you all the best for the future. You're soon to become alumni of Harrow Bangkok. One of the huge advantages of attending schools such as ours is that you have friends and connections for life. It's about to become your Hotel California moments, as I say every year to soon-to-be alumni. You're shortly to check out from Harrow Bangkok, but you never ever leave a community such as ours. You'll always be welcome back. I'd like to thank our staff this year for their patience, for their hard work, for giving the very best to the students throughout the whole year, and to say thank you to staff who are soon to leave us as well for their service to Harrow Bangkok over the past years. So even as we've been socially distancing, I feel that we've grown together as a community. There have been some truly significant charitable works undertaken by our students, our staff and our parents. Thank you very much for them as we live up to our mission to produce leaders for a better world. And I have a strong sense of optimism for the year ahead. I'm going to finish by paraphrasing the words of one of our famous old Harrovians, Sir Winston Churchill. We look forward to the joy of returning to campus, to seeing our students shine again. We look forward to watching them as they make memories which will last a lifetime. You know, our students cheer and enlighten us with their very presence. We will meet again soon. Stet Fortuna Domus.
I'll tell the world, I'll sing the song. It's a better place since you came along. Since you came along. Your touch is sunlight through the trees. Your kisses are the ocean breeze. Everything's alright when you're with me. And you're my favorite thing. All the love that you bring. But it feels like I've opened my eyes again, and the colors are golden and bright again. There's a song in my heart, I feel like I belong. It's a better place since you came along. It's a better place since you came along. I see the whole world in your eyes. It's like I've known you all my life. It just feels so right. So I pour my heart into your hands. It's like you really understand. You love the way I am. And you're my favorite thing. All the happiness you bring. But it feels like I've opened my eyes again, and the colors are golden and bright again. like I've opened my eyes again, and the colors are golden and bright again. There's a song in my heart, I feel like I belong. It's a better place since you came along. It's a better place since you came along.
We now move to our academic prizes, beginning with the Year 8 subject prizes. Our Prep Maths prize winner is Eliz in B8.
อิสรีสิริเศรษฐกร
The Prep Science prize winner, Phoebe, B8.
จันวิภาสิริแสงทักษิณ
The Prep English prize winner, Anandita, SO8. Our Prep Humanities prize winner is G1 in K8. Unfortunately, G1 is not able to be with us today. The Prep Physical Education prize winner is Tete in B8.
ธนากรสิริอนันต์มณี
Our Prep Computing prize winner, Namon, SO8.
ทีมนธีระธนาพงศ์
Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. The Prep Modern Foreign Languages prize winner is Wendy, SO8. The Prep Thai prize winner, Pin, SO8.
อนัญญาธีระพงศ์ปรัชญา
The Prep Music prize winner, Katie, N8. The Prep Drama prize winner, Melissa, K8. For Prep Art, this year's winner is Preem, K8.
ภริมาวิภาสนิรันดร์ศรี
And for Design Technology, Sophia in C8. Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. Next, we would like to celebrate our other academic prizes, starting with Year 6 and moving to Year 7. For Year 6, we have two most academically improved. In B6, we have Noah. Our second prize winner for most academically improved is UE, C6.
บุญยวีศรีสุวนันท์
First prize winner for best attitude to learning grades is Brendan, SO6. Our second winner for Best Attitude to Learning grades is Kat in K6.
นิชา บุญวรเศรษฐ์
Our winners for top academic achievement in Year 6 are Kwang Kao in S6,
ชระกัญญา เชื้อพาณิชย์
Our second achiever for top academic awards is Shin K6.
ผู้ดิตธีระวุฒิอุดม
Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. Now we move on to our Year 7 awards. Year 7 Most Academically Improved in SO7 Min Min.
วณิชยา เศรษฐโภคิน
The most academically improved winner in S7, Kevin. Moving to our best attitude to learning grades, in SO7 we have Baikao.
กรบงกฎ ฐานบัญชา
Our second winner also in SO7, Airbus.
ณภัทร บุรินทราภิบาล
Now for our winners for top academic achievement in Year 7. In SO7 we have Plern,
ชยานิน ประจงการ
Our second winner for top academic achievement in Year 7 is Victor C7. Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. Now we move to our final and most prestigious awards in Prep, the Prep Leader Awards. This year, the awards go to 4 students from Terms 1 and Terms 2. The first winner is Damien in S8. Unfortunately, Damien can't be with us today. Our second Prep Student Leader winner, Jean in N8.
ธัญญา นานา
In Term 2, our Prep Student Leader for the boys was Naman in SO8.
ทีมน ธิระธนาพงษ์
Our second leader for Term 2 was Sophia in C8. Please congratulate our 2020 prize winners. This concludes the Prep Awards.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for research. Sometimes in my tears I drown. never let it get me down. And when negativity surrounds, I know someday it will all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about we all lose, 'cause we all lose when defeat. Souls of the innocent, blood and pavement, keep on moving to the ones they rated. In this maze, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around me, 'cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Street is all shame, three people the same, stuck with the wild and down with the head. We will all be free and proud to be under the same sense to sing a song of freedom, like one day, one day. Whoa. One day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, 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 one
Dear fellow students, staff, and parents, I would like to start by congratulating all of you for having powered through to the end of a very challenging school year. At times over the last few months, I have wondered how much time I have left with my friends, the people I have become so used to seeing each day. I used to wonder whether speech day would be happening, but I guess we all know the answer to that now. Since February, I have learned two main things from my lockdown experience. The first being human nature poses both a threat to itself and to the environment. And the second being we should live more in the present and try not to predict too far ahead into the future. Lockdown has certainly given me time to keep up regularly with world events and news. Aside from the amusing stories of hoarding toilet paper capturing our attention at the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis, it is watching the most recent events in the US unfold after the horror of George Floyd's death at the hands of police brutality that is in many of our hearts and minds globally. I believe it highlights the need for people to stand together and continue to tackle racial injustice across all countries. As Desmond Tutu has said, if you're neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. As difficult as this year has been, I want each and every one of you to take away the fact that you are not alone, and that we have all come out on the other end of it more resilient, aware, and appreciative. Focus on the positives. Focus on what we have accomplished. We are more resilient individuals because of our determination and flexibility to face a new style of education. We are also now more educated on societal issues, and now we must continue to research empathize, and actively stand by those who are less privileged. To my teachers, I cannot thank you enough for the tremendous support you have given me throughout my years at Harrow. I would not be where I am without your guidance and words of encouragement. To my head of house, Mr. Downs, I will miss our secret handshakes, but more importantly, thank you for believing in me through my journey. When I faced the tough news that I was not accepted to my dream school, you sat me down and told me that even if you left me in the midst of Timbuktu, you knew I'd still build a palace. To my mom, thank you for getting up at 5 a.m. every day to take me to school. You have so much on your plate, raising my brother and I alone while running a company and taking care of my grandparents. I don't know how you do it. You are the strongest, kindest woman I know. Thank you for being my best friend. To the class of 2020, we're out. All the hard work has paid off, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of you. My senior year was well spent, doubled over laughing with many of you. And to the prefect team, I would not have chosen to go through this year with anybody else. Thanks for the memories, and I hope to see you again soon. To you, the future graduates of Harrow Bangkok, have a great summer and come back with a rested, positive mindset. Don't just wait for opportunities, actively seek them. Don't learn just for the sake of exams. Be passionate and learn things that will help equip you in becoming a better person. And as future leaders of the world, remember to be kind and stand together against injustice and for what you believe in. Thank you. I would now like to hand over to our head boy, Finn.
Good morning, students, staff, and parents. The line, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger," from Nietzsche's Beyond Good and Evil, bears a salient role in my personal frame of mind, and is potent now more than ever. Though likely more identifiable from Kelly Clarkson's 2011 pop hit song Stronger, Nietzsche's philosophy here has profound importance on the lessons we learn and take away from this academic year. It is undeniable that this academic year has presented its challenges. Flashback to a year ago today, when I had the great opportunity to take on the role of head boy. This is far from how I thought I would be delivering my last speech on the last day of school. Seeing our community face an almost continuous succession of uncertainties and struggles, there is no doubt that this year has been at times both disappointing and difficult to deal with. The ways in which we have reacted and adapted as both individuals and as a whole community, however, is commendable. From seeing personal relations and bonds between students grow stronger than ever, to developing a greater appreciation for the incredible privilege we hold in our everyday lives. It is my belief that the ongoing socio-political climate has facilitated greater kindness, awareness, and resilience amongst all of us. This success is indicative of the strength of the Harrow family and global community. Crucial to moving forward, then, is taking Nietzsche's philosophy, or Clarkson's song if you prefer, in stride and learning from our experiences. Connecting our academic studies with real-life application and experiences allows us to develop greater personal strength, empathy, and understanding. Echoing May's sentiment, having the confidence to openly challenge what you see and question the wider world beyond just the textbook is important now more than ever and is fundamental to worthwhile learning. An interesting article on education by academics at the EPFL University in Switzerland propounds that lifelong learning is the international passport to success. This effortless truth couldn't be more true, and it is my belief that Harrow Bangkok applies this motif with excellence across the school, even in the face of unfortunate circumstances. I have the utmost respect and gratitude for the people around me that have given me a top-tier education, and I'm forever indebted to the phenomenal teachers, peers, and friends that have shaped me into the person I am today. To my tutors, Mrs. Willis and Ms. Kiad, thank you both for the life lessons in learning to say no, being resilient, and mindfulness, all of which I'm sure will serve me in great stead for my future. My A-level teachers have been paramount in making the last 2 years feel like a joy and a privilege rather than a struggle, and I'm very thankful for their continued support and guidance. In particular, thank you, Mrs. Wilson, for instilling within me a passion and thirst for knowledge, Your many after-school revision classes and motivational conversations have kept me level-headed many a time and made me understand how imperative academic appreciation is to success. My parents, too, have been sensationally supportive and helpful in getting me through. Though most of you may know them as the slightly E-zone obsessive Mr. Prout and geography-loving Mrs. Prout, I know them as my E-zone obsessive dad and mum. Thank you both for the life lessons, love, and support. I owe you the world. It is with both pride and deep sadness that today I say goodbye to the community I've called home for 14 years. In both a figurative and a literal sense, as my house is sited on campus, and say goodbye to the people that have become indispensable to my life experience so far. I have hope that the graduating class are equipped with a passport for success, and cannot wait to see the great achievement that this community produces from within every individual. Thank you.
Life's a song, let's sing it together. Let's take our hearts and dip them in rhyme. Learn the words, let's learn them together. Hope the song lasts a long, long time. Life's a song that goes on forever. Love's no refrain, can never go wrong. Strike a note concerning spring's weather. Let's sing together, make life a song. Feel like breaking, I will hold you. Feel like falling, I will catch you in my arms. Focus on the here, and now you need to move on. Focus on the here, and now you need to move on. Strong all day, all night. It's okay, feeling not alright. Just make sure you get up again. Bad nights don't last a lifetime. Don't have to be strong all day.
It is now time to award the Headmasters Awards to our head boy and head girl. This has been an unusual year for them, fulfilling this role. For half of the year, the school has been closed. However, they did not cease in their role supporting students right throughout the school. The Head Girl Prize goes to May.
ปารุดาเอื้อลือชา
And the award for Head Boy goes to Finlay Alexander Prout. We have two final prizes to award, the Headmasters Awards, the Valedictorian and the Salutatorian. The Valedictorian Cup is awarded to the highest academic ranking student in the graduating class. This year's winner has an exemplary academic record, including 10 A stars and 1 A at GCSE, 4 A grades in his A levels in August 2019, and he is predicted to achieve exceptional A level results in mathematics, further maths, physics, and computer science. For his extended project qualification, he researched, is it possible to accurately predict the trajectory of a projectile launched in a dense fluid with a mathematical model? Joining Harrow in 2007 into Year 1, Pike has made an enormous impact on our Harrow community over the last 13 years. Pike is held in the highest regard by all staff and students. He is naturally gifted academically and his love of learning is infectious. Pike can often be found in the Rallies Centre teaching his peers mathematics and physics or simply debating a current issue he has read about. We cannot talk about Pike and not mention his love of volleyball, engineering and the F1 in Schools Matrix Racing team. Pike's leadership and drive helped the team win the Sustainability Award in Abu Dhabi in November 2017. Varsity volleyball team captain, the team were crowned champions of Division 2 in Singapore in Season 1. A member of the prefect team and the student academic leadership team this year, Pike is a superb role model to younger students. Pike's head of house and tutor recently described him as an outstanding scholar whose affable, outgoing sense of humour make him easy to get along with, and his wisdom, far beyond his years, makes him an engaging conversationalist. Pike is heading off to the UK next year to read mechanical engineering at Imperial College London. The Salutatorian Cup is awarded each year to the best all-rounder in the graduating class who has maintained academic excellence and is an exemplary role model to our Harrow students. This year, the Cup is being awarded to a student who joined Harrow in kindergarten in 2006. This student has sustained academic excellence in external examinations over their time at Harrow, achieving 9 A stars and 3 A grades in his IGCSEs, 4 A grades in his A-levels in August 2019, and he is predicted to achieve exceptional A-level results in his 4 subjects: mathematics, biology, history and geography. For his extended project qualification, he researched the concept of anarchy and to what extent do societies need government to function. Finn, our head boy, has maintained an outstanding academic record while confidently managing to contribute extensively to the wider extracurricular programme and demonstrating strong leadership in sports, house events and Model United Nations. Finn has represented the school for several years in the varsity volleyball team, plays social touch rugby and has even recently taken up cycling to stay fit. A formidable debater, Finn has been a member of the MUN activity since he was in Year 7 in prep school. He enjoys politics and current affairs. He has organised numerous Model United Nations conferences at Harrow, holding the position of Secretary General on more than one occasion. Finn has helped to grow the MUN activity and enjoys training younger students in the art of debate. Nehru House will miss his dance moves in the boy band competition and his flair for drama in house theatre sports. Alongside Pike, Finn was in the varsity volleyball team as their setter, the winning CSAC competition in Season 1. His head of house and sixth form tutor recently described him as a student who both embodies and personifies the ideal characteristics of a true Harrovian, a gifted academic, a natural leader, and a supportive and empathetic member of the school community. Finn is heading off to the UK in September to read Human Sciences at Mansfield College at the University of Oxford. Please join me in congratulating the Headmasters Awards winners. This year we have a new prize for the Harrow to Harrow House Race. Many members of our community, students, staff and parents engaged in a virtual race from Harrow International School Bangkok to the original Harrow School in northwest London. They travelled up through North Thailand, through Myanmar, India and many other countries before taking the virtual boat across to the United Kingdom, completing their journey in the English countryside. Of course, this was all done in Bangkok on their bicycles and the surrounding provinces. And we now can announce the winners. In third place, we have Sonokun House. In second place, Keller House. And in first place, Nehru House. It's now time to announce the house champions for 2019-20 for the prep phase. In joint third place, we have Byron and Keller House. In second place, Sonokun House. And in first place, this year's Prep House champions, Suriatai House. We now move on to the Senior House prizes. In third place, Nehru House. In second place, Sonokun House. And we're going to have an extremely happy Mr. Downs because this year's Senior House champions are Keller House. We now announce the whole school house champions who were awarded the Peter Siddons Cup. Alas, Mr. Downs will not be as happy as he was a few moments ago because Keller have come in third place. In second place, we have Suriatai House. And we're going to have a very happy Mr. Dodds because this year's house champions are Sonokun House.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a sadly empty speech room. But thank you nonetheless for giving me this opportunity and for inviting me to be part of your speech day, possibly a hopeful sign of future extensive collaboration between all of the schools in the Harrow family. As I stand here in speech room, I have some of the giants of old looking down on me. I have Peel and Butler and Palmerston, Nehru, Churchill, Shaftesbury, Guthrie and King Hussein. And in these difficult times, I think it's useful to have these elements of Harrow's heritage, elements of Harrow's history, which we all share, a great privilege for us to have, and to enable us to think, what would they have done? How would they have handled this? And so that is an element of our family, isn't it? That we have great historical touchstones and lots of ways in which we can reach out and think of inspiration to deal with the circumstances in which we find ourselves. But to you in Bangkok and to you on your speech day, one of the themes that I would like to particularly emphasize is, of course, that we are all, everyone who is listening to this, involved in education. Whether you are Harrow Bangkok pupils, parents, members of staff, or other supporters of the school, we are all involved in education. And if we're involved in education, I think we have three things that we always have at our core. Perhaps we even take them for granted, but it's good to think of them in times like this. Firstly, education happens in a community, and that we are all part of a great community, whether it's the community of your school, the community of your family, or the global community that is the Harrow family. As we face the first global pandemic of the 21st century, I hope that sense of togetherness is something that we can repose upon and draw great comfort from. Maybe after this message you'll have some ideas about how that togetherness could be made more manifest. So community, that's the first idea. The second, of course, is the future. Education is about the future, fundamentally. And even though today and tomorrow and the near future seems very perplexing and very challenging, we know that with the energy, the vibrancy, the vision, the determination, all of the wonderful positive things that are key to the lives of the young people in our schools, to you, the Harrow Bangkok students, I know that with you, with your energy, with your insight, with your zeal, your determination and your cheerfulness, we'll overcome this, we'll overcome the next thing and the thing after that. So, two things so far. We are in this together. We are a family, but it is also about the future. And you take those two things together and they give us fundamentally the third, hope. I have great hopes for us as a school here on the Hill. I have great hopes for the entire Harrow family across the globe. And I have great hopes for us, speaking as a biologist, as a species. One of the things that we've learned about this pandemic is that it's caused us to reflect quite carefully about how we relate to each other, how we relate to those in society who are least fortunate, and also how we relate to our planet and how it has supported us. So if we take all of that together, our community, our future, and hope, I'm sure that we have a very firm foundation for a wonderful Harrow Bangkok Speech Day and for enduring links between here on the hill, Harrow in Bangkok, and all the Harrow family of schools. Thank you very much and have a super day. Thank you.
Landed me with a complete turkey. How am I going to pull this together? Virtual speech day, what a total nightmare. Renee, thank heavens you picked up.
Dr. Jeffries, what can I do for you?
It's a real nightmare this. The headmaster's made me do the virtual speech day.
Virtual speech day?
None of the teachers in school, none of the students are in school. The students aren't handing in their videos. The teachers are working. And this is the song they've produced.
Here's another one of those Harrow safety announcements.
Godwin.
Make certain
Right
that you
when
keep
you
a
don't need
safe
him.
distance from those around you. It makes it harder for the virus to spread. Thank you so much for doing this and for helping to keep our community healthy.
So, what do you think?
What do I think? Are you crazy? I'm not getting involved in
Finish with that bad boy. Whoop!
In my fantasy, I see a world of justice where all people live in peace and honesty. I dream of a world where spirits will be always free. They will be ever free, like floating clouds full of humanity within the deepest
In my fantasy, I see the world of radiance, where darkest nights are ever brighter. I dream of a world where spirits will be always free. They will be ever
I've learned to deal with the pain, with all my worries stuck inside my brain. I've learned to fight through the tears and wishing I wasn't here anymore. Oh, when will this cycle end? But one day I'll be standing on the clouds where the sun is near again. One day I'll be lifting the weight of the world rather than the pouring of rain. I'll be there, but for now I'm stuck in my head, in my head. I try to reach out